What's up, guys? It's Isaac here at Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson, and I have your pre-owned bike of the week. This super clean 2016 Harley-Davidson Dyna Street Bob. So this might be one of the cleanest and one of the best looking Dynas that we've seen come across here in a while. Pretty sharp, done pretty right. I'll show you the miles on here in just a little bit. One of the biggest things that's going to catch your attention, I mean, if you're a Dyna bro or trying to be Dyna bro and you're someone that needs a Dyna, or you just need a solid motorcycle, then this thing's pretty sweet. What you're looking at is this beautiful middle ground cruiser. And what we got going on here is you do have, of course, you do have your kind of mid-length T-bar set up here, straight shot up there. Going to be a really good riding position. We're going to show you here in a minute. Then you've got a 4.7 gallon tank with that beautiful gray and black with the pinstripe, a little bit of flake in the gray. Real nice. Looks pretty sharp. It does appear to be the stock suspension, but for Dyna folk, probably won't be stock suspension for very long. And this is a 103 twin cam, and it is going into a 2-to-1 Arlen Ness pipe. Now that's an exhaust that you really don't see much of. So it looks sharp, sounds really good. We're gonna crank it up here for you in a minute. You do have the Saddlemen seat, and you do have this aftermarket air cleaner as well. Look at this little kit here on the tail. And so, I mean, look at how clean of a fender it is. So right here, you have your LEDs all the way around for your brake lights and turn signals built into that license plate cover. And this is set up for passengers, so they've got a really good, nice little spot to sit right here. And they have these super nice mini floorboards there. And if you get jealous of those and you want those for yourself, you can easily just swap those out with the pegs there too. So then you can take the little bit more comfier pegs there if your passenger will let you. We also have the hardware here for the quick detach sissy bar or something like that. Just the right amount of wrinkle black and chrome. This is a very sharp Dyna, ready to go rip. So yeah, let's go fire it up and take it for a spin. So here it is, the 2016 Harley-Davidson Dyna Street Bob. Now this one's kind of in the middle range so far as sportiness of Dynas go. So you only have the single brake setup up on the front, and then of course one up on the rear. It is halogen lighting all up in the front. On the rear was just that tail assembly that I showed you a minute ago. Listen to that. Yeah, that's pretty sharp. All that torque ready to go rock and roll. So yeah, I mean it's big twin power, but on the sportier frame. So a lot of people saw this as kind of the step up from the Sportster. I mean, look at that jiggle there. Yeah, she's ready to go ride. Let's go ahead and ride this thing. I'll tell you all about it on the way. So first thing that confuses most people is the kickstand is actually behind the primary. So you're always trying to find where the kickstand is. Well, Dyna's behind the primary right there. So, nice little T-bar setup, mid controls. She's ready to go rip. Right there, ready to go. Clutch is right where you want it. Ease up a little bit for this blind spot. So the cool thing with the Dynas and how their motors are mounted is once you get on it, they really smooth out. So whereas some bikes, you know, they're very low idle, or you know, they're very smooth and idle, and then when you run them up, they start to shake. These are kind of the opposite. Let's go cruise around the Raleigh Waterman. Now your Milwaukee 8s, they're still going to be, don't hate me, they're still going to be kind of better. So I feel a little bit of vibration in my feet. But yeah, I mean, this thing's partying. This thing's ready to go rip. Nice. This is a solid T, capital T bars right here. Straight risers, and so they look really good. And the stock suspension, I mean, it feels pretty good on this right here. Yeah, that actually felt really good. But you know, most people, the biggest reason most folks are going to be swapping that suspension out is to get that extra height so they can get a little bit more ground clearance on this motorcycle. So they can lean it, push it a little bit harder. Now, like I said, it's not the sportiest of the Dynas. That title probably goes to the Lowrider S. I'm gonna ease up just a little bit so you can see this acceleration. See, I mean, the suspension felt good. Let's see this first initial lean and see what that acceleration's like. Oh yeah. There's just something right about ripping a Dyna. Until you don't know until you've done it, but they just feel right. Twin cam power, ready to rock and roll. I need to open this thing up a little bit more. My right mirror is shaking a little bit. Oh yeah. Feels pretty stable at this higher speed too. This is nice. Still have more power to give. Oh yeah. She's just getting broken in. That's the beauty of these big twins. Just have all that torque ready to go. Yeah, this thing's fun. A good Dyna is so much fun. Yeah, so it's the Street Bob. I mean, it's sporty, it's fun to go rip, but it's that middle ground. It's kind of, you know, it's everyone's favorite Dyna. You know, most people, if they had a Dyna, they probably had a Street Bob. If they didn't have a wide glide, of course. Didn't have a wide glide or low rider, then you were probably on a Street Bob. So, yeah, and this one, it's not the Street Bob, it's the Dyna, you know? So they have such a clean rear fender too, they look so good. They lean good. I mean, they're a bike made for moving on. And you know, it's the tried and true twin cam platform too. So let's look at some of the features we have on this motorcycle. Maybe at the next light. Oh, we got the old Sporty out there. Oh yeah, the little white Sporty. Yeah. So, yeah, people usually kind of considered these the kind of the step up from the Sportster. So you had, you know, you're on a Sportster 1200, you know, ripping it. Wish you had a 6th gear, wish you had a little bit more power for the highway, but you still want something that's a blast to go blast around on. Then came the Dyna. Exposed rear shocks, giving it that sporty stance. Throw a pipe and some bars on, and a seat that locks you in, and you've got something that feels like a big Sportster. You've got a sporty cruiser. And if you like the vibration your Sportster had, then you'll love this one. Oh yeah. Such a good ripper. And it's such a good around town bike too. So there aren't any bags on it. You could easily go, you know, throw a little duffel bag on the back or something. But yeah, I mean, just a nice little look around. I mean, it'll do what you want. And we want to turn right here. It just rips, just gets up to speed so quick. Ready to go party on. Now these do not have digital cruise control. You see my throttle cables right here. So throttle by cable, and so which means we have our little set screw right down there, so we can lock our throttle position on like that. So it's you know, it's nothing fancy, but if you really just need to get your hand off in a pinch or on those long highway stretches, you know, it'll let you get a break right quick. So next up, yeah, this exhaust sounds good. It's a nice pipe. Let's ease up a little bit. So what we got going on here is a beautiful scenic day to go ride in Raleigh. But you know, if you're trip A, your trip B, you have a fuel range and a fuel gauge on the left, our clock, and our gear RPMs, which is what I was looking for. So, beautiful day out on the lake. So we're in second gear, 3,000 RPMs cruising. This is a good setup for these turns right here. All right. So it's just a quick little bring it in. Yeah. So between Pan America and school bus, I think I gave a, what did I ride? It wasn't a school bus. It was a one of the last videos that we talked about that. It may have been a Y quad. But this one's probably a 6 or 7. Probably 7 being up towards the best. Yeah, this is the bike to get a rip on. If you didn't hear me the first 20 times I've said that. Yeah. Now, you do have the tank mounted speedometer, which is nice because then, you know, you can kind of do whatever bar setup you like these and not have to worry about mounting, you know, a speedo right here, which might not be the look you want. Which, you know, it makes it easier to see instead of doing that look down all the time. But if you want this nice clean setup right here, like what we got going on this bike, then it works out a little bit better. So now it is easier to leave your turn signals on this bike because they are pretty far down, and this is where your main light indicators are. So pretty much the main ones you might be concerned with. So that's where you're going to have your turn signals, your high beam, your oil pressure light, your neutral light. All those are going to be right down there. So you take this bike up to the mountains, what can you expect? Well, I'll tell you. You get up to the mountains and your buddy wants to run it. So you got to be ready. And this Dyna is ready. You got all your torque you want right there to go up the hill. And then when you're coming back down the mountain, get on it, drop it down, and be ready to run. Everybody needs a Dyna in their life at some point. It's hard to make the twin cam sound bad. You know? Yeah, so our next up on our test is, you know, how does it handle cruising around town? Doing that little, you know, running errands, doing a slow speed, kind of less exciting part of our test. I'm not going to pass her right here. I'm going to drop it in first. Pass when we come around the turn here. Pardon me, ma'am. Nice, easy cruising. Give our bicyclists plenty of berth there. Plenty of width, berth, distance. room, whatever the right word was. Gentlemen. That's what Saddlemen. Let's see, so I'm getting a little bit more vibration up in my hands. There's a lot of really cool riser setups now that reduce a ton of that vibration. So they're pretty cool. Kind of a narrower tree, it looks like. That's kind of cool. It keeps the bike looking classy, kind of nice and tight. So, and this is only a 4.7 gallon tank instead of the 5 you might be used to on your Softail. Oh yeah, let's throw this thing up in neutral. It's a rather warm day in Raleigh today. Yeah, so we're ripping here in neutral. Look at this paint. This thing is gorgeous. Alrighty, folks. There she is. We're ripping on right back to the Tobacco Road campus. Now let's see how the suspension feels on this. Not bad. Not too bad at all. I like it. So, yeah, if you want to know more about this motorcycle, then of course, yeah, as always, drop us a comment or stop by, come see us, give us a call, all that stuff, because this is a beautiful motorcycle, great bike, and it is ready to go ride. So, be sure to come see us as soon as you can, and check out some of the other bikes we have too. Not sure we have many other Dynas at the time of this video. Don't have too many. But if you want a Dyna that's good to rip, maybe this one. Ease up a little bit for this car. No dragging knee in the neighborhood. Yeah, it's nice how, like, when you get up to 3,000 RPM, it just smooths right on out for you. That's a good time. Alright, and I'm going to park it up here, get some little photos of this thing for y'all. But as always, thank you for riding with us. And I'll do a little figure 8 here for you too. How about that? What's our slow speed like? Yeah. Not bad, not bad. Yeah. It's a nice little... It's a nimble little thing. So, thank you guys for watching as always. And in the meantime, ride safe, and we hope to see you out here soon.